The water is black. The lifeboat is full. People are crying. Some are praying. Somewhere in the dark, an enormous ship, the largest ever built, is sliding beneath the surface of the Atlantic Ocean. She holds a baby she has never met. A stranger handed it to her on the deck and disappeared. She does not know if she will survive the night. Her name is Violet Jessop. She is 24 years old. And this is not her first shipwreck. Violet Jessop was born in Argentina in 1887, the daughter of Irish immigrants. As a child, doctors told her she had tuberculosis and would not survive. She proved them wrong. At 21, she became a ship stewardess, one of the few respectable jobs available to a young woman in 1908. She was told she was too pretty, that passengers would find her distracting. She got the job anyway. In 1911, she was assigned to the RMS Olympic, the largest ship in the world. White Star Line's crown jewel. That September, the Olympic collided with a Royal Navy warship in the English Channel. Violet was on board. She survived. She went back to work. 6 months later, White Star Line launched the Olympic's sister ship. They called it Unsinkable. They put Violet on it. On the night of April 14th, 1912, she was getting ready for bed when she felt a shudder move through the hull. She went up to the deck. An officer handed her a baby and told her to get into lifeboat 16. She did. She sat in that lifeboat in the freezing dark, holding a child that wasn't hers, watching 1,500 people die in the water around her. At dawn, a rescue ship arrived. A woman ran up to Violet on deck, grabbed the baby without a word, and disappeared into the crowd. Violet never learned the woman's name. She never learned the baby's name. She went home to England, she took 2 weeks off, then she went back to sea. But the Titanic was not the worst night of her life. By 1916, the world was at war. White Star Line's third great ship, the Britannic, had been converted into a hospital vessel. It was Titanic's sister ship, built from the same blueprints, the same steel, the same hands. Violet knew every corridor. She volunteered as a nurse. On the morning of November 21st, 1916, she was making her bed when she felt the explosion. A German mine, in the Aegean Sea. The ship began to sink. She grabbed her toothbrush. She later said she had learned from the Titanic never to leave without essentials, and jumped into the water. She was nearly pulled under by the suction of the propellers. The blades caught her. She was dragged down, slammed against the keel, and somehow forced back to the surface. She survived. She was pulled from the water with a fractured skull and a gash in her leg. 3 ships. 3 disasters. She went back to sea. After the Britannic, Violet Jessop kept working. She sailed the Atlantic for 3 more decades. She became known among crews as Miss Unsinkable. She never spoke much about what she had been through. In her memoirs, written late in her life and published after her death, she described the Titanic night with striking calm. What she remembered most was the baby, the way the woman grabbed it and ran, the fact that nobody ever said thank you. She retired in 1950 at the age of 63. She moved to a small cottage in Suffolk, England. She grew roses, she kept chickens, she lived quietly until the end. Violet Jessop died on May 5th, 1971. She was 84 years old. Heart failure, not water. 3 ships, the Olympic, the Titanic, the Britannic. She survived all of them. Then she went home and grew roses,